Hey guys, how you going? My name's Grant Goes. Welcome along to Fire for People. Today we're going to talk about the perception of fitness, of workouts, of your body, because the way you perceive things is really important because how you're going to handle things, how you're going to handle your workouts, how you're going to achieve your goals. And so we're going to talk about that with fitness. And we're going to talk about it upcoming. We're also going to talk about OCR races, obstacle course races. There is so many of them coming up over the coming weeks. We're talking maybe 5 or 6 different obstacle course races. And we're also going to talk briefly about the new permanent obstacle course race that just opened up in Mushroff Park. So make sure you got something to write down. Make sure you comment in the comment section below. And we'll be back in a couple of seconds to discuss exactly that, what's coming up in a few seconds. See you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Grant Goes, and we're all fine for people. Today we're talking about perception, the mind and the body, how we perceive things. And the reason we're going to talk about this today is because the last couple of days we've been talking about mindset, motivation, how you got motivated to do your workouts, how you got motivated to go and achieve your goal or even to set your goal. And the very cool thing is we're actually in day 5 of Dubai 30-30 challenge, and it's been a tough one, I have to admit, already. And that's what made me want to chat about this today, perception about workouts, perception on our bodies, because it's such a thing that happens every single day. And it's so opinionated. It's not like it's a simple, yes, this is right, this is wrong. We all have these different perceptions, right? And we have it about, we talk about, what's that saying? It's the saying of one man's junk is another man's treasure. Well, it becomes the same with our bodies, and I have this conversation regularly. People always say to me, oh, you're in great shape, you're looking fit, and I'm just like, well, actually, no, I'm not, because I'm not what I used to be, So, and we all have that thing. People do so. I hear it all the time. I hear friends. I say to friends, oh, man, looking good, you're looking leaner, or you're looking stronger, you're a little fitter, you're doing really well, and they're like, oh, yeah, but I want to be this, or I want to do that. So there's two things, really. One is that they're already thinking about they're not where they want to be. And the perception being that they're not fit is, well, is it good or is it bad? What are your thoughts? What do you think? Check them in the comments below because we want to find out a bit more about that. Definitely perception being that we are not as good as we maybe are, or who are we relating ourselves to? Because really we shouldn't be relating ourselves to anyone at all. We should be just saying, this is who I am. This is where I'm at. Is it fit? Is it not? Well, again, that's a complete opinion. That's completely down to that person themselves. So what are your thoughts on this? And how do you handle it when you look at it from your body perspective or your workout perspective? Because the other side that I have, conversation that I have on a regular basis, and I remember if I think back for as long as I can, I've had the same conversation for a long time of someone says to me, like, yo, you're fit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but I'm not doing it as quickly as I should or quickly as I could, and I'm not as fit as compared to someone else. But reality is, yes, I'm fit. I've good fitness, I've good strength, I do those things, but my perception is different. Now, the different being also is that when I think about perception, and when I talk about perception, I think it from a point of view that when someone says, oh, you should run 1 kilometer, or you should run 5 kilometers, okay? And one person may find that 1 kilometer like extremely difficult, where another person finds it extremely easy. Now, the person that finds it extremely easy will go on a 1K run without thinking about it. And it's the same with a 5K run. Someone who thinks a 5K run is extremely easy, perception, literally, it's the same distance. It hasn't changed. It's still 5,000 meters. You still got to take the same steps. You still got to go the same distance. Is perception the right way to think about your workouts? And do we need to change our perceptions? What are your thoughts? Check them in the comment sections below. Because that is a real... It's a real, I think it's not talked about enough, perception, about the mind and the body, that we're not really looking into the psyche of our mindsets. And when we talk about fitness, we talk about goals, we're always about, oh man, we're going to run that distance, we're going to do that workout, we're going to lift this weight. That's what our talking point's all about. But we don't really even talk about the perception of how we're looking at a goal or an obstacle or a workout or your body. You look at yourself sometimes, you go like, oh, I'm not very fit, or I'm not lean enough. And then someone else looks at you and they go, oh, wow, you're in fantastic shape, And the person that looks at you with saying you're in fantastic shape, they're there with a such positive attitude, a great attitude. Their mindset is just in a better place, and it allows them to go, yeah, I'm going to be motivated. So it motivates them, right, when they're in that mindset. And it's yourself, when you talk about it and you go, oh, wow, that looks great, or this looks fun, you're energized about it, you're passionate about it, and you want to get involved with it. So for me, perception really is important, and that we need to work on better perception, if that makes sense. How we better perceive what we're going to do. So instead of looking at a 5K run, so like for example, I'm doing a 6.5 to 7K run every morning around my area, and when I first looked at it, the perception was, 6.5, 7Ks, I haven't done this in a while, oh man, I'm just too unfit. That was my perception, right? And now in the last couple of days already, especially this morning, perception's completely changed. It's just that, it's 7Ks. It's 35 minutes going around for a quick run. And it's nothing. In 35 minutes, I feel like there's not much time. I can't get as much done. There's not much you can get done in 35 minutes, right? So my perception has changed from, oh my gosh, I've got to go this long distance, to just head outside and we'll be back in a second and done. And the same thing was with workouts, and I realized that as an athlete I had that same kind of perception when I looked at workouts. I had to wake up early in the morning. My perception was, oh, it's nothing, it's just a part of life, right? And when I had that perception that I was doing so many things so much better and a lot more often, I wasn't even thinking about it, and it was just life. It was just how it was. And so on the run today, it was a perception of the same thing. Well, it came to me a few times about different perception, because I was just talking with someone and they were saying that, oh, they don't like running, they don't want to go that distance. So hey, that's fair enough. I mean, they don't want to, they don't have to, but the perception is different from one person to another. And I believe if you can change your perception on something, not just on exercise or your body or your workouts, but in life itself, then man, you can be so much more successful. And that's the thing I'm trying to, I think, mostly point out here, is if you change your perception on something, you can have such a better way of living, you can have such a more successful life, because your perception is things are a bit easier, things can be done. If you believe, if you come down to your beliefs, if you believe you can do something, you really can. If you don't believe you can do something, you probably cannot. So when you have a perception that it's simpler, it's easier, it's achievable, you have this belief, this passion to back you up, this energy to back you up to become successful. And that's the real push, and that's the real trait of someone who's going to do well, not only in their day, but maybe in their life as well. So yeah, perception, one of the key things I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any comments, any questions about perception, any thoughts that you want to share with people out there, put them in the comment section below, and let everyone else know, because it's a really key thing that I think we need to be talking about a little bit more, to help people when we're training people, when we're coaching people, train them to understand better, or to get better perception, more positive perception, and be more successful in their life. So yeah, that's about that. That's all I want to talk about with perception. Thank you very much for that one. Guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the different OCR races, obstacle course races that are happening here in the UAE. They're happening from this weekend. There's multiple events in November. It is crazy. It's going on. And it's all during Dubai 3030, which is very super cool. So have a short break, and we'll see you in a second, just after this one right here. All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back. My name is Grant Goes. Welcome on to Fine for People. If you're just joining us today, we talked about perception just before, your perception on your workout and your body and how it can really change your belief system or your mindset to become more successful in life. So if you guys want to take a look back at that, at perception and, add your thoughts, add your comments to that topic there. Guys, we're talking about OCR races, obstacle course races. Now, it's become the biggest craze in the last probably 5 years. They're becoming from a simple idea of running with obstacles into this mass cult, nearly. This cult of just people that want to just be more entertained on their runs. Instead of just running and getting there and then just... then they got to the end of their run, they want to be able to actually go there and they want to be able to do things along the way because it breaks it down. It kind of goes back to what we talked about the other day about large mountains, tough goals, fear factor kicks in because it's just like a long run, 5K run or a 10K run. You're just thinking, I'm just running, I'm not doing anything else, and there's some people that love that, but there's others that don't. And with this OCR, OCR trend, fad, or new era, I suppose it more is that OCR races are becoming more and more popular. Everyone wants to do them. Everyone's becoming more creative, and it's been fantastic. And the UAE is no different. It's not just a UAE thing. It's a global thing. The UAE has caught on. They've got involved as well, and you can see a lot more people are getting involved with OCR races, not only in the events themselves, but they're doing boot camps, they're doing trainings, they do pre-training before the event. They get involved with groups, corporates go along, groups get along, friends go along, people get along, they get involved. And it's just such a cool event. I remember starting doing one as a team, one of the first ones here, which we'll talk about in a second. Actually, it's What Adventure Race. It was number one. The first one was a team of 3, and we did it down in a lane, and we did it we did a bit of rafting, obviously we did running, throwing, I can't remember what we did, obviously monkey bars and things like that. And it was such good fun, and loved it ever since. I'll just chuck it in there. We did actually win that race, so yes. But yeah, that is just a cool thing that's being taken off, and then, there's more coming up over the coming weeks, and we're starting with What Adventure Race number 20. So I'm trying to think how long ago it was since it did number 1. This weekend in Al-Ain, October 26th on Saturday, down in Al-Ain at Wadi Adventure Park, there is War 20. The price of that one is between $175 and $391. There's different categories that you can go into. So the categories are: there's a junior elite, there's a junior fun run, those are 2K. We got the elite 15K, we got the elite 10K, the elite 5K, and then of course we've got the other categories for the 15, 10, and 5K as well. So for kids it's around 175, with adults it's 390, 340, 390 to enter into that one. For that one, that's this weekend. So yes, that is a very good race. They've got the river there down in Al-Ain at Wadi Adventure, so yeah, it makes it a very unique and very cool event. You usually get a few hundred people down involved with that one as well, so that makes it even cooler because you got a lot of people, and it's definitely one of the first ones of the season. So What Adventure Race happening this weekend down in Al-Ain. Check it out on Premier Online. That's premieronline.com to register your space there. So that's happening this weekend. Also coming up is the Desert Warrior Challenge. Now it's another very cool event. They're a local-based event organization. In fact, the guys that organize this Warrior events, they also get involved with the NAS Night Challenge. They got involved with the government games that happened recently. They're a super cool outfit. They've really got some amazing obstacles on their race. In fact, this time around, they've got a 80-meter, non-harnessed? How do you call it? Non-harnessed zip line, and that's involved there. So check that out on their Facebook page to see this in action. I've got a cool promo video, which unfortunately I can't put up on here because of copyright stuff. But yeah, that's in 16 days time. That's happening in Russell Khyma on the 8th of November. Tickets on sale at desertwarriorchallenge.com. And yeah, very cool. Not only a very cool race to be involved in and a very cool obstacle to get involved in, but you can go away for the weekend to Russell Khyma, Marjan Island, which is one of the new islands out there at the moment. They got obstacles like this. They got ones called Half Pipe, The Beast, Brain Freeze, Boot Camp, Twin Peak, Stacks On, Claustrophobia, I don't know, maybe it's just claustrophobia. Monkey Business, Tired Yet, Bell Climb, Cargo. They've got tons of obstacles, and they really are amazing obstacles. Some of the best, I think, in the world, actually. They involve a lot of water. They put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. So, yeah, definitely you can go check out that one. To register for that one, the pricing on that one, let me just double check for you. Again, all this information can be found on desertwarriorchallenge.com. So pricing's ranging for the juniors. There's junior races as well, about $37 to $50. The adults, depending on which one you do, the Fearless or the Fearless Warrior Pro, between $124 and $143 on that one there. The Fearless is a 5K event on that one. So it's a 5K fun run. A very cool island. Check that one out. That one's on the 8th of November coming up. And the very cool thing is November is packed with obstacle course races, the big ones. Also part of, and this is also within obviously the Dubai 3030 time frame. So looking to get your 5K run, I can get my 5K run done in an obstacle course race. Very cool. Another one that's very cool is the Tough Mudder event. It's a global one that's come from overseas. It's come here, and the uniqueness behind this one is that it's a team-orientated OCR race. So you will be doing, as a team, you would help each other through all the obstacles races. You can check this one out at toughmudder.ae. Registration is about 300 dirhams per person. This one is on the 15th of November. Okay, so it's the weekend after Desert Warrior Challenge. You can do the Desert Warrior Challenge, and you can do Tough Mudder. As a team, again, really cool. Again, it's another 5K event. It's got about 13 different obstacles in it. This one here itself is in Festival City. So that's a very different and unique way to go. It's Dubai Festival City on the 15th, and it's a big team challenge, and you can register that one there, toughmudder.ae. One of the big ones that's known about, it's been around here, one of the original ones here. It's global. They've got their own world championship as well. In fact, they believe they held it here down in Hatta. Was it last year or the year before, potentially? It's called Spartan. Everyone knows about it. Aru. Yep, it's a big one. That's also happening on the 15th of November. In fact, before that, they've actually got a women's race in Abu Dhabi, and that's actually this weekend. That's October 25th. So the women's race in Abu Dhabi is October 25th. Friday, Saturday. Sorry, I'm not too sure which date that is. But you can get down there for the sprint event, which is about the 5K, around about 5 kilometers. It's happening in Abu Dhabi, and again, the same price point for that one, just to let you know. About $92, about 68 spots left for the women's race in Abu Dhabi 2019. Whereabouts is that one, are you asking? It says 5 to 7 kilometers, 20 obstacles, race day. It's at Al Ghazal Golf Course in Abu Dhabi, and it starts at 8:30 a.m. So that's the 25th, and then I've got on the 15th of November, it's Jebel Sahif Trifecta weekend. That means they've got all of them. They've got the Beast, they've got the Super, they've got the Sprint. It's a big one. They've got a Hurricane Heat I've actually never heard of, so not too sure what that one is, but definitely something to check out and look for that one. Registration for all of these ones is around about $100 again. For the Super Heat, the Hurricane Heat's about $100 to $300. For the Elite Beast, it's $165. For the Open Beast, it's $130. So the Super, the Sprint, and the Beast, the difference between them is the distance you run. Yeah, so the Beast is 20 to 23 kilometers, 30 obstacles, 3 hours for the fastest time is what they're predicting. Super is 13 to 15 kilometers, 25 obstacles, around about 80 minutes, 80. And then the Sprint is the shortest version of this all. It is 5 to 7 kilometers, 20 obstacles, and it's around about 40 minutes. And the cost for this one is around about $100. So $100 for the Sprint, about $110 to $145 for the Super, and then the Beast is around $129 to $165 entry for that one. So again, you can find this all on SpartanArabia.com. It's one of the originals, and the really cool thing about this event is they have it's called the Trifecta. So if you do the Sprint, if you do the Super, and you do the Beast, you can build yourself up to doing all these different obstacles. Tons of different obstacles as well, from bucket carries to different climbing and ropes, walls, crawling through mud and puddles and under cargo nets and all these different things. It's quite a lot of fun. It breaks up that run. It is quite a distance, but it's something great to get involved in, and there's always a very big turnout to all these events. So the women's race happening this weekend, October 25th, and that's in Abu Dhabi, and then the Open Trifecta race happening November 15th and 16th in Jebel Saif. It's the Trifecta Weekend 2019, and that is in Muscat, Oman, if you want to get down to that one down there. Alrighty, there's a lot of them going on, isn't there? The one thing I want to talk to you about as quickly is let you know about Mushrif Park with Adventurer Park has just opened up a permanent obstacle course racing space, and every weekend on Friday and Saturday you can go down there. It's only 100 dirhams, and you can time yourself through this it's about approximately 2 kilometers this race. They just had the Shake Hand Challenge. Was it last week on Monday? They went down there in groups of 5, were going through the course. Everybody loved it. There's archery in it. There's sack carry. There's climbing walls. There's cargo nets. There's other bits and pieces as well. There's such good fun, and it's permanently there all the time. So you can just head on down in the weekend, Friday, Saturday, get involved, try it out, go for the champion, and top the podium with the fastest time. But that's at Adventurer Park in Mushrif Park on Fridays and Saturdays. So something really cool. In fact, we're going to have on here soon one of the guys who's actually developed and designed the course, and he runs it. He's a very cool guy, and he's always involved with obstacle course races. We're also going to have OCR Nation on here to chat about it as well at one point. So yeah, so many things going on. Really lots of big weekend ahead, and a big week ahead as well. So I'm going to leave you at that. Obstacle course races, do get involved with them. They're so much fun. Perception of fitness. What are your comments? What are your feedback? If you've got any comments, any feedbacks, please chuck them in the comment section below. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for supporting Fine Fit People. As always, if you're a professional, very shortly, this next week, we are going to release, allow people to upload their profiles into the application. That's it. We're populating our application, ready for December 2019, and it's ready to rock out. So from me to you guys, thank you. Much love. We will talk to you soon, and thank you for joining in to Fine for People. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.